Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Redneck Light. Today we're going to be changing the fluid in the front and rear axle of my Grand Cherokee. As part of my drivetrain service, I'm doing the axle fluid, transmission fluid, and transfer case fluid. So check out my other videos if you need to do that as well while you got it up anyway. So we're going to start with the front axle. It's pretty easy. It's literally just two plugs. Really it's just about pumping the fluid into the axle, and for the front axle you do need a specific Allen key to get to the fill plug. Let's get started. So first I've got a Trailhawk Grand Cherokee, so there's skid plates everywhere. I had to take off the one that's under the engine. It's just 4 bolts. A little heavy, so just be careful when you're pulling it down. But that will get you access to the front axle. And there's the fill plug and the drain plug. Fun thing I discovered is that this fill plug, you can't really get a ratchet up there. However, I just happen to have a 5/16 Allen wrench to get in there, so that way we can do this service. So I'm just going to do a drain and fill. I'm going to pull the fill plug just to see if it was low or anything, and also just to help it drain, and then pull the drain plug, get all that fluid out of there, and then we'll pump in some new fluid. For the fluid, I'm going to use Valvoline 75W90, and it does have the limited slip addition that I need for my rear axle. Doesn't matter if you put it in the front axle without it, but the rear axle does need the limited slip additive. Now the manual calls for 75W85, which as far as I can tell it's extremely expensive. It seems to be only for certain axles, and it seems the only reason they did this was for, you know, efficiency, emissions, gas mileage, who knows. But in earlier manuals it calls for 75W90, so I don't think five points of weight is going to make a big difference, so I'm just going to use the commonly available 75W90. If you've never changed axle fluid, it smells horrible, so just prepare yourself for that. Ah, fuck. No fluid's coming out, which, I mean, ideally you'd have a little trickle, but hopefully it's not too low or burnt or anything like that. My Jeep's at 80,000 miles, which they recommend a fluid change for axle fluid earlier. However, if you do lots of towing or off-roading, which I have not done, I don't think I've ever towed anything with this. So, yeah, that fluid looks pretty clean, honestly. Like I said, that fluid doesn't look too dirty at all. What you could do is, if it was real dirty, you could pump in some fresh fluid up the top to help some of the sediment get out of the bottom. But I'm not really concerned. That fluid looks fine. Alright, wipe off the dribbles here. The excess axle grease there. Now we'll go ahead and pump in our grease. So I've got a pump here that I use to, pretty neat. Alright, oh yeah. So that's starting to come out now. And once it's coming out like that, you know, just kind of dribbling. You can close that back up. So front axle's done. Now we'll move to the, well, I'll put the skid plate back on so I don't forget, and then I'll move to the rear axle. Now coming to the rear axle, no skid plates or anything to remove here, but we've got the drain bolt here, and the fill bolt is tucked up. Let's see if I can get the camera in here. Right over there on the side. So same idea. Going to pull the fill plug and then the drain plug. Looks like I won't have any trouble with the ratchet this time. Might just need an extension, and get this one changed as well. Now there's an exhaust pipe here, but unless you've been running the car for a while, it shouldn't be hot. Okay, nothing draining out there. Like I said, not ideal. A little bit darker than the front axle, but that's to be expected, even on a 4-wheel drive. Rear axle is going to be doing a lot more work than the front axle in most situations. Even still, doesn't look that bad. Yeah, again, this isn't necessary, but I'm just going to pump one good pump of fluid in there, maybe 2, to make sure we run out all of the sediment and things that have collected at the bottom, all that dirty fluid. Okay, get our drain plug back in. Alright, I kind of knocked over the camera when I was filming, but yeah, axle's all filled up now. So I ended up using all but that bit of the gear oil in this container, so it was just about the perfect size to do both front and rear axle. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It's a pretty straightforward process. Rear axle's dead easy. You don't have to take anything off. Front axle, you just got to take down the skid plate, and it'd probably be helpful to have an Allen key just to get to that fill plug. And then as long as you have one of those fluid pumps, a gallon container of that gear oil should be just fine for what you need. So I hope you enjoyed the video. This is part of a series. I also did the transmission fluid change and the transfer case fluid change. So check out those videos if you need to do those as well. If you've got the thing up in the air already, you might as well do them all at the same time. So like, subscribe. Everything I use is down in the video description. And we'll see you next time.